What's up, guys? Welcome back to Combat Insiders. Joshua Furs, Nick Portella. We are back. We're going to have Jared, the Killa Gorilla Cannonier, on very shortly via Skype off of his crazy performance from UFC 230 this past weekend against David Branch, who was it was a short notice fight. And short notice, short change of opponents, and it was insane to me because obviously I've seen Cannonier fight before, right? And I've always been he's always been an impressive specimen, right? And as we've seen him in the different weight classes, we've seen him in heavyweight, light heavyweight, and now this one was at middleweight. He looked. He just looked jacked, man. He looked in really good shape. He looked, how you can tell. You look at a guy and you're like, man, he looks like that he feels good. You know what I mean? Like he looks like he feels great.
Yeah, not underhydrated.
Yeah,
he looked very healthy.
Yeah, he looked very healthy. He looked like he was ready to throw. And the one thing that I think impressed a lot of people, and Dana White spoke about this, was that, and I'll mention it to him when we talk to him, is that if he learned how to wrestle and really got his wrestling game down, I'm sure he knows how to wrestle, but I guess what he meant was, refining and really
Honing the craft.
Yes, really honing the craft of wrestling, that he would be an unstoppable monster. And that's exactly what we saw. David Branch really had no answers for him. And David Branch is no slouch. He is, top 15, top 10 for a reason, right? I think he's top 10. I think he's like 7 or 8 or something like that, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know what the new rankings are yet, but he was top 10.
Yeah,
22-4, and his ground game is really good. The impressive part wasn't even so much the offensive wrestling. It was the fact that he got taken down.
Yes.
And was able to get right back up.
Absolutely. It's going to be really interesting to talk to him, and I'm going to love to see him progress. Obviously he's not like a brand new guy or anything, but he is he's a veteran of the sport, so to speak. But it really seems like with this new weight class, it really seems like he just hit a stride, right? Like I can't really, how sometimes you watch guys and like I said, you just feel like everything just clicks. It just looked like that on Saturday night for him.
Maybe it's the weight. Maybe he's found his, where to plant his feet. You know what else is great about him? His nickname is one of the coolest ones. I just like it. Rolls off the tongue.
The Killa Gorilla.
Yeah, it just rolls off the tongue correctly.
He is. I mean, that dude is a monster. He is a savage. Saturday night, I think that it's going to be hard pressed to find somebody that wants to fight him. Can you imagine after Saturday night, like, hey, get a phone call, hey man, we're going to put you up against Jared, the Killa Gorilla Cannonier. Click.
Yeah, it'll be like my leg hurts.
I'm ghosting. Nope. Like, hey, it's UFC. They're calling. They want you to fight so and so. We're not here. We're not home. We're on vacation. We're on vacation. We're not.
I'm going to ask him. I want to see him in Israel. I like that fight.
Yes. The style bender versus the Killa Gorilla.
I feel like, and I am a Derek Brunson fan, but I feel that Jared Cannonier is the prime. Like, you know what I mean? Like, prime Derek Brunson when he was smashing people. But he also brings... There's just something about him. He brings something. I don't know if it's like maybe like his swagger or his confidence, or there's something in there about him.
I'll be honest with you. I think, and it's not because we're about to talk to him. I'm not trying to hype him up or anything, but actually, I think that there's, like I said, there is something different to him, but there is a sense of. I don't know, the first word that comes to mind, it's like there's a sense of dread when thinking about getting into the octagon with him. Derek Brunson, while obviously he's always been impressive, his fight history it's bar none one of the best. He's gone up all the best opponents, right? But it's like this guy, Jared the Killa Gorilla, when you see him on the fight card, it's like, holy shit. I don't know if I could do this, boss. I think I might have to call out today. And I don't know, man. I think he offers up something different. I think we're going to see something. It's almost like a new beginning for him. I really do. I think it's a rebirth for Jared Cannonier, and I'm really excited. I really am. I'm really excited to see this. Before we get over to switch on over to Mr. Cannonier, we want to thank our sponsor, Jab Apparel. Our buddies at Jab Apparel. Go to jabapparel.com. Check out everything. It's all like I said, I've always said before, it's super comfortable. Whether you're a fighter, whether you're not a fighter, it doesn't really matter. They have gear for everybody. It's comfortable and it looks awesome. Just go check it out. Prices are great, and they will take care of you. You just tell them Josh and Nick sent you, Combat Insider sent you, and they will definitely take care of you. Also, too, please check us out. Please subscribe to us on YouTube. You're watching it now on YouTube, so hit that little subscribe button. It's kind of like down and to the right when you're watching the screen. Hit the bell icon notification. It lets us know, or lets you know, should I say, when we get a new video uploaded. And please check us out. Twitter, Facebook, you name it, we're here. Everything is /Combat Insiders, Twitter /Combat Insiders, Facebook /Combat Insiders, CombatInsidersMedia.com. That's a mouthful, but we had to get it out. Please check out everything that we have. It lets us know that we're doing a great job. For every 100 followers, Nick will take you out on a candlelit dinner. So nice. For every 100 followers that we get, so that's in stone. He will do that. He sure will. And
via Skype.
Yeah, via Skype. He'll take a candlelit dinner via Skype. But let's go ahead and swing on back now to Jared, the Killa Gorilla Cannonier. Hey, fight fans, we're here live via Skype with Jared, the Killa Gorilla, off his crazy-ass performance from UFC 230, win over David Branch. Just absolutely insane, man. I think I speak for the entire UFC fan base that was nuts, bro. I mean, it just that absolutely impressive performance. I mean, obviously you got the bonus, right? So I mean, just absolutely impressive. I mean, what was the game plan going into that? Because it was a short notice fight, right? And you're going up against one of the best middleweights in the world in David Branch, right? Arguably one of the best.
Well, the game plan, Well, the game plan is in any fight is to not get taken down.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't succeed in that regard, but, you know, we got taken down 3 times, but, you know, we got back up. I got back up every time, and a few times I stuffed the takedown as he got tired and just capitalized on it. You know, he was slowing down, and I was getting stronger and faster.
So what was the story kind of leading up to this? How were you approached with this fight so last minute? And, you know, I guess, did it affect your game plan at all, changing opponents?
Not too much. You know, I had to switch, go from fighting a southpaw to a northpaw fighter.
Right.
Definitely a guy better caliber. So, all these things were taken into consideration. To be honest, when I train to fight the very best. So the name only changes. Only thing that changes is the name. The fact of the matter is that when I step in and fighting that, I feel like I'm fighting the very best person in the world in that moment. So, that's about it, man.
So your kind of journey's crazy. You fought at heavyweight. You've been at all these weights. You looked great coming out, in shape, not drained, well hydrated. Is this do you feel like you found a home at middleweight? Is this where you plan on staying? This is it?
I don't make any definites, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I might go up, I might go down. They may offer me something, who knows? I don't feel like I'm gonna go down though. I'm not eager to go down to 70, so I'll probably stick around at 85 and we'll see what opportunities present themselves in the future.
Yeah, I feel like some are coming because we had talked about this earlier. Dana White was real big on you and your performance afterwards. You beat one of the best in the world. So you essentially, while you are a veteran, you went from a new middleweight to a top 10. You're there. Is there anybody in the top 10, not calling out like trash talking, but that you would like to meet next in the octagon?
Eventually I plan on fighting all of them. So
there you go.
whoever it is, it really doesn't matter. I plan on doing this for a long time, so the longer they wait, the harder it's going to get.
Speaking.
With that being said, I don't get paid to make matches, so I
Right.
leave that up to the matchmakers. So all I do is get paid to fight, and I love to train. So this works out for me.
Speaking of Dana White, man, it's Dana White had made the comment several times. He always said, if this guy can really, I guess, figure out the wrestling game, he's going to be unstoppable, right? And we saw a lot of evidence of that. Obviously, you working on your ground game. I guess, did you feel as if you had something? Maybe I don't want to say something to prove, but I guess let's go with that. Did you feel like you had something to prove wrestling-wise coming into this fight?
Well, the way I see it is the only way people are going to know how good I really am is if I get put in those positions in the fight.
Right.
So whatever they see is what they believe. Oh, he's good at that. So what they've seen, first of all, every fight starts on the feet. He's good at striking. What they've seen as a result of that striking in some of my fights is that he has some decent ground to pound. He's got some power. What they haven't seen is, what they're starting to see now is more defensive wrestling.
Yeah.
And what they haven't seen yet is offensive wrestling.
Yeah.
And just a complete monster coming out there and taking complete control of the octagon, taking complete control of the other person in the octagon, and and just doing things that whatever my mind can create. You know what I'm saying? So,
hey, I heard you talk about in one of your other interviews where just recently you just switched to doing everything full time. You're training full time, and I've talked to guys about this before, bro. What's the situation? You walk into your job and you walk in there like, hey guys, shove it. I'm doing UFC full time. Peace out. I mean, what's that like, man? That's got to be a great feeling to walk in and be like, hey man, I'm hitting the big time. Peace out. I'm out.
Well, I wish I could have said I'm hitting the big time, but that certainly wasn't the case. I still got bills to pay. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
I still got to worry about bills. I still got to concern.
Sure.
I still have to concern
Sure.
myself with paying bills.
Sure.
If I'm sitting pretty, you know what I'm saying? Then it'd be it'd probably be a different conversation right now.
But how did it affect your training? Switching to that full time.
It definitely helped. It's what I needed. You know what I'm saying in my
Yeah.
career. It's what I needed for my career. The top fighters, they don't work a full-time job.
Yeah.
So if you were on some of them, Stipe is an exception.
Yeah.
But and whoever else, I don't know the list, but you know what I'm saying. It's good to not have to worry about doing that. You know what I'm saying? Because I have a family too.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to sacrifice time with my family to do, other things. You know what I'm saying? Because my family is my priority.
Sure.
But fighting is priority in my life too. So I had to do something. So I said, forget this. I can't. Besides, the job wasn't really conducive to me building myself up internally. You know what I'm saying? It was
Right.
just something that I gave my energy to. I
Right.
feel like it didn't really give energy back. And and people may consider money energy, but money is not energy. Money is But anyway, that's about it.
Yeah, I was reading a bunch of stuff after the fight. There was a lot of hype around your fight to see how it would go against, obviously, David Branch, who's real great. And one of the things I kept seeing popping up was that a little one? Bring her on to say hi.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I said there was a lot of hype going around your fight to see kind of how it would go with David Branch. There was also a lot of hype around the Style Bender fight. Have you been seeing your name tagged with his quite a bit on the Twitter feed lately? That seems to be a popular choice as of the last, 36 hours.
I know everybody's talking about that, especially considering that I peed right there on the side of the cage.
Yeah.
So like I said, I'm not a matchmaker. I get paid to fight. And I'll fight anybody, I saw him backstage, after his fight, he was back to doing the media thing, and I shook his hand, I congratulated him on his fight, showed him respect, and he was cool too, I'm actually a fan of his, I like this dude. I've been following him since before he was in the UFC.
Yeah.
So,
but if his name showed up on the contract, it is what it is.
A fight is a fight, I'll fight him, you know what I'm saying? as long as they pay me, you know what I'm talking about.
Right.
That's actually a question I got to ask. Now, I know you have friends, you know, like you met him, you shake hands, it's nice, but I'm sure you have friends also that fight at your weight or have fight at your weight. Is it weird when it comes up that it's like, hey, we're friends, but hey, we have to fight each other? Or do you not see a problem in separating, like, hey, we're friends before, we're going to be friends after, but inside the cage is just business?
Well, you know, I feel like this is how I feel. We're coworkers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
We are both here to do a job. All right. I'm gonna do my part. I'm gonna make weight. I'm gonna train my ass off.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be healthy. I'm gonna be strong. I'm gonna be fit, and I'm gonna have techniques to make this an exciting fight.
Yeah.
Okay. We all see that he has the same thing. So you know, that will be an exciting fight. I'm definitely gonna. You know what I'm saying? It's a fun from personally, from a standpoint, me being a martial artist, that is a very interesting fight.
Yeah.
For me, you know what I'm saying? Other people might not think so. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's got, you know, their own opinion about it. But me, like, this is my opinion. I feel that would be like a fight that you would see on, you know what I'm saying, an anime or some shit like that. Because people don't, you know what I'm saying? I think that'll be cool because that man, he's got some moves, man. He's like, as you see his record, he's got like 100 fights, you know what I'm saying, outside of MMA.
Yeah, but you guys are both exciting. Just your style is exciting. It doesn't matter if you're...
Oh, yeah. My style is exciting. You know what I'm saying? No doubt about that. You know what I'm saying? My style is exciting. You know, and people know when they see me step in the cage, even in my losses, they was expecting to see something, you know, something beautiful. Even in me losing, it's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? People like to see, you know, not that they hate him, but, you know what I'm saying, to see somebody overcome a foe such as myself. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like I'm a top caliber fighter. I've always felt like that. Even if I wasn't, you know, I feel like Scarface. I feel like, you know what I'm saying, I always tell the truth, even when I lie. But,
not like
legit, you know, I feel like, like I said, I feel like I'm one of the best in the world too. You know what I'm saying? So people are just seeing. They're only having more opportunities to see that in action.
Yeah.
So the more they put me in there, the more they're gonna see. Because I got a lot of tricks up my sleeve, man. I got a list of what I like to call my $50,000 moves.
Hey, man, so I was looking through your story, and what a great story you got. You know, you came from Alaska. You know, you came up the regionals up there, moved a little bit closer to the inland here, and, you know, it's just what a crazy journey you've had, man, you know, from all the Ultimate Fighter stuff and just to this right here. I mean, where do you see yourself from, you know, when you came up, coming up the regionals, and now you're, like I said, you just had the biggest fight of your career against David Branch. How do you see yourself progressing over the next year or 2 years? Where do you see yourself?
Well, all I see myself is in the gym getting better, because that's what I do, and that's what it's all about, you know.
Yeah.
I don't really have time for basking in the glory. Like I said, I still have to concern myself with paying bills and stuff. So
yeah,
you know, I'm just gonna put in the work and enjoy every last bit of it. You know what I'm saying? Even the hard days, the rough days, the wins, the losses, I'm gonna enjoy every bit of this ride. You know, and again, like I said, I'm professional. You know what I'm saying? I'm not in here playing. You know what I'm saying? I've held a full-time job before, and you know, as everybody knows. So
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm here to work. You know, and I like to work, and I love my job. So I'm going to try to do it as long as I can. And that means not taking no damage. That means being the very best fighter that the UFC has ever seen, you know? So like I said, the more opportunities y'all get from me, you know, the more opportunities I have to show it, the more opportunities the world has to see it.
Are you looking to snag your next fight as quick as possible? Are you looking to take a little time off?
Well, no, I don't know. You know, I want to fight. There's a Phoenix card coming up. I would like to fight in Phoenix. So that Phoenix card is in February.
Yeah.
So that'll be perfect time. You know, 3.5 months.
Yeah. Yeah, that's about right.
We got to tag. I believe Mick Maynard does the 185s. Let's tag him in this. Get this man a fight in Phoenix.
Let's do it, man.
Hell yeah.
All right, guys. Well, look. Jared the Killa Gorilla impressively dispatched David Branch this past weekend, UFC 230. Check him out on his social media. Nick Portella, Jared the Killa Gorilla, and Josh Furs. We're out. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Take care.